Rishi Sunak will deliver his autumn budget on the 27th of October. In this video, we will look at what the budget will include and how much the changes will cost. The UK Chancellor has already warned of further taxes to help the country build back better after the pandemic. Any tax changes would come on top of the £20 billion freeze in the income tax allowances announced in the spring and the £36 billion tax on incomes to help fund the NHS that we covered last month. Importantly, this rise was announced just as energy costs surged ahead of winter to what some have referred to as an energy crisis. Now let's take a look at the policies both expected and rumoured. Firstly, at the centre of the autumn budget will be Sunak's plan for jobs. The Chancellor has already announced £500 million in funding to help people back into work after the furlough scheme ended. This included career assistance for older workers and building on extra funding for apprenticeships and traineeships announced in spring. Rishi Sunak will also consider the issue of Britain's skill shortage, which was widely highlighted by the lorry driver shortage, which has devastated supply chains. A second key point will be the focus on the government's plans to move green energy surcharges, which are currently applied to household electricity bills, onto gas bills as part of its net zero drive, which will be phased in over a period of up to 10 years. This is expected to add hundreds of pounds onto already rapidly increasing energy bills, just as Europe faces a gas shortage. The official announcement is expected to come in soon, as COP26, the United Nations Climate Summit, is coming up rapidly at month's end. The most hit in this case will be customers who have traditional gas boilers, and the move aims to encourage the adoption of more expensive but more eco-friendly options such as heat pumps or hydrogen boilers. The price of alcohol could also change with a shake-up of the alcohol duty, which at the moment raises £12 billion a year and dates back to the 1600s. The Treasury has been keen to change these old taxes on beer, cider, wine and spirits for quite a while now. But alcohol duties have remained frozen since 2017. So what could these changes look like? Well, they might include standardizing the different tax rates across alcohol types, or raising alcohol duty each year in line with inflation. Other options include different rates depending on where drinks are sold, such as low rates for pubs than supermarkets. But we'll find out soon. Council tax will probably go up again. The tax has risen every year for the past 10 years under the Conservatives, and it is likely that the Chancellor will see it rise once more, this time by up to 5%. This would send the annual council tax bill for the average Band D property close to £2,000. On another point, analysts have suggested that the government could raise a big chunk of funds by curbing the tax relief on pension savings for higher earners, or capping the amount workers can put aside in their retirement. The Conservatives have reduced the lifetime allowance by around £800,000 since the 2010 coalition. However, this would probably be quite unpopular, and it is unlikely to follow with the recent increases to national insurance contributions and dividend tax rates. Another point on Sunak's list may hit graduates who now face potentially losing hundreds of pounds more to student loan repayments. The Chancellor is rumoured to be considering slashing the earnings threshold at which student loans must be repaid to around £23,000, down from £27,000. This move would raise roughly £2 billion a year. However, it would undo an earlier increase in the threshold, which used to be at £21,000 and implemented under former Prime Minister Theresa May. Capital gains tax rates could also be increased to fall in line with income tax, potentially rising to 40% from the current 28% for a higher rate taxpayer. It has also been suggested that valuable inheritance tax breaks such as 100% exemption on AIM shares could be scrapped to increase funds collected. But capital gains tax and inheritance tax only raise less than £16 billion a year together, which is a small figure compared to the $200 billion a year raised by income tax. As we know from our earlier video in September, from April, national insurance rates for both employees and the self-employed will rise by 1.25 percentage points across earning bands, raising around £12 billion a year. And working pensioners will be asked to pay 1.25% on their earned income for the first time ever from April 2023. Dividend tax rates will also rise 1.25% from April to 8.75% for basic rate income taxpayers and 33.75% for higher rate payers. The £2,000 allowance will stay the same, but the increase will raise around £600 million. So having run through all these, which policies do you think will prove most costly and which do you think will work best? Let us know in the comments. As always, leave us a like if you enjoyed this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments as we said, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.